This week we have Neptune, ruler of the spiritual realm, turning to retrograde motion, and a new moon in the sign of Cancer. All of this, an empowered moment and more in my new intuitive energy forecast for the week of Monday, July 1st through Sunday, July 7th, 2024. Stay tuned. This is Colleen, Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from Sacred Soul Empowerment. And this week we're going to be using the Angel Tarot by Jane Wallace for the main message for everyone in our weekly reading. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, is going to be coming from the Crystal Angels Oracle deck. All right, so let's go ahead before we look at our stones of choice and before we talk about the astrology for the week. Let's close our eyes, relax our bodies, clear our minds, and let's do an empowered moment. So take a deep breath, making sure your body is relaxed. You're feeling peaceful and calm, comfortable and serene. If you haven't already closed your eyes, can do so now. Let's focus on breathing in and exhaling out. Visualizing golden white light, the spiritual, unconditionally loving golden white light all around you. And as you're seeing, sensing, feeling, or just knowing that you're surrounded in that golden white light, take a deep breath and breathe that into every cell of your body. And as you exhale, letting go of all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs. Seeing a ray of golden white light shining down upon the top of your head, relaxing all of the muscles in and around your head and all the way down your whole body. That golden white light flows all the way down to your feet. And visualize for a moment a grounding cord coming out of your root chakra and traveling through the layers of Earth Mother Gaia, connecting with her crystalline heart chakra in the center of the earth. This is providing a sense of security and stability. Earth Mother Gaia's energy is nurturing and healing. And as you take in your next inhale, imagine you're breathing down from the golden white light above, from universe, and at the same time breathing up from Earth Mother Gaia's heart chakra through the grounding cord. You're breathing in this wonderful energy from both directions. Healing, guiding, protecting energy from above, nurturing, healing, grounding energy from below. Breathing that in. Letting your body relax even more as you exhale. This week we have new beginnings, new moon in Cancer. New moons are about planting new seeds, initiating a new energy cycle. And the sign of Cancer is water, it's emotions, it's feelings, intuition, and empathy. So this is where our new beginnings are going to take place. A new way of feeling, a new way of sensing, a new way of tapping into our gut instincts and intuition, receiving messages from spirit, from our angels and guides, balancing our emotions, bringing healing to the energy body. And let's breathe in that intention into every cell of our body, breathing in these new beginnings on an emotional level, breathing in increased intuitive capabilities, breathing in the protective energy of the Cancer Mother. Thanking your angels and guides for the protection and guidance throughout the week. Taking in one last deep healing, cleansing, balancing breath. And as you exhale and when you're ready, you can open your eyes, return to this time and place and space. Okay. Let's look at our stones of choice for the special message card a little bit later so you have time to think about it. Our first, this is pendants, special intention pendants that I wire wrapped and that are available on my website, Sacred Soul Empowerment. The first one is Larimar. Now, this is a Larimar cabochon, meaning it's got a flat back. It's like a slice of the Larimar. It's beautiful and polished. It's a very light sea blue. It's wrapped in silver wire and it's infused with the qualities of Master Number 33, number of Christ consciousness, and increased psychic and healing abilities. The energies of the sign of Pisces for universal healing and dissolving blockages from this and previous lifetimes. The energies of the element of water for fluidity, creativity, and intuition. And Archangel Raphael's energy of healing of the emotional body and opening up of the heart chakra. Archangel Raziel's energy is also in here for alchemy and magic, and the energies of the divine feminine power of the priestess. This stone, by the way, is also associated with the dolphins and the ancient continent of Atlantis. All right. And stone number 2 is this beautiful apple aura quartz. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just such a beautiful, vibrant green. And the apple aura quartz is wrapped in silver. Is it silver? Yes, it's silver, I think, wire. Is it? No, this is gold wire. This is wrapped in gold wire, and it's Reiki charged with the vibration of the number 9, number of unconditional love, compassion, and forgiveness, the qualities of the sign of Pisces for a connection to the universe and past lives, the energies of the South Node and North Node of astrology to assist us with severing the ties to the past, which would be the South Node, and opening new doors to the future, which would be the North Node, especially in regards to relationship matters. The activation and balancing of the heart chakra for healing the emotional body and opening up to unconditional love. And the energies of Archangel Raphael to heal old pain, traumas, and soulmate relationships. Okay. And then our last stone of choice is this beautiful purple charoite. Isn't that gorgeous? So the purple charoite is wrapped in silver. It's Reiki charged with the vibration of Master Number 11, number of the Lightworker and the Visionary, along with Master Number 33, number of Christ consciousness and selfless service to humanity. Qualities of the sign of Scorpio for transformation and deep emotional healing. The balance of the heart chakra with the crown chakra to open up one to higher unconditional love of the universe to share with all of humanity. And Archangel Raziel's energy, the Archangel of alchemy, divine magic, and increased psychic abilities. Archangel Michael, Archangel of courage and leader of the Lightworkers. And this one has Saint Germain, Ascended Master Saint Germain infused into it as well for healing with the violet flame of light. Okay, ooh, that fell out of my hand. So again, our stones of choice are, they seem very slippery today. We've got the Larimar. We've got the apple aura quartz. And we've got the charoite. Okay, so let's put those aside. Let's talk about the astrology for the week. So kind of a lot going on, or at least it seems like some important stuff going on. First, I want to backtrack and say towards the end of June, June 29th, we had Saturn, the great teacher of karmic lessons, turning to retrograde motion at 19 degrees of Pisces. I mention that because he's still at a standstill at 19 degrees of Pisces. He hasn't moved very much, which is intensifying his energies right now of karmic clearing. So there's a clearing of karmic patterns and old wounds and old traumas, and bringing up our fears and anxieties so that they can be cleared, or bringing up our fears and anxieties so that we can take responsibility like Saturn wants us to do, and kind of be our own authority to make some new decisions or create some new paths. So now we're into July, and on July 2nd, Tuesday, July 2nd, Neptune, the ruler of the spiritual realm, is turning to retrograde motion at 29 degrees of Pisces. This is considered a critical degree because it's the last degree of the sign. So Neptune has its shadow side, as all the planets do, and also has his positive side, right? His shadow side is about illusion, delusion, confusion, addiction, escapism, wearing rose-colored glasses and not seeing things clearly, and not being grounded, and not having good boundaries. But the positive side of Neptune, it's the ruler of the spiritual realm. It connects us even more strongly to our higher self, to our angels, guides, ancestors of the light, healers of the light. It increases our psychic abilities and our healing abilities. It increases our sense of unconditional love and compassion and forgiveness energies. And I feel like it deals with magic and miracles. And so there's a lot of positive here, but also a lot of the shadow that can be brought up as Neptune is at that station point of the last degree of Pisces. So it's magnifying these Neptunian energies, and the fact that it's at that last degree. It almost made it into the next sign of the zodiac. I think it was 29 degrees and something like 54 or 55 minutes. Another like 4 or 5 minutes, 6 minutes there, and it would have gone into Aries, which is going to be a big, big deal when that happens next year in 2025. So stay tuned for that. Now, Neptune moves really slowly. So as it turns retrograde on July 2nd, it's going to stay retrograde until December 7th. So that's a good long time. And when a planet turns retrograde, the energies turn inward. And so we're really, it's like the spiritualization, the magic, the increased energetic and psychic sensitivity is kind of turning inward. And we can take advantage of that by paying attention to signs and messages in our dreams, because Neptune does rule dreams. But it can also lead to an increased sensitivity of where we need to set better boundaries, or where we need to be more focused and grounded, where we need to maybe kind of carve out a clear plan, if you will, because Neptune is so fuzzy. That's why he rules confusion, because we really just can't like hone in and get a sense of what are we supposed to be doing here. And I feel like that's been magnified, especially since he's at that 29th degree, and he has been for quite some time. So if over the last 2 to 4 weeks you felt like, all these energies have been magnified, that's the reason why. Also on Tuesday the 2nd, Mercury, which rules the mental realm, our thoughts, our ideas, our perceptions, and our communications, is in loving, sensitive, empathic, intuitive Cancer right now, and also emotional Cancer. And it's in a positive connection to Neptune. So the same day that Neptune's stopping to turn retrograde, Mercury in Cancer is making this connection with Neptune. So it's going to heighten that connection as well, because Neptune is again stationed and his energies are magnified. So this is increased psychic sensitivity, increased intuition, increased clairsentience. Our communications with home, family, community, people that we're emotionally connected to or that we care about, that's going to take on a heightened effect as well. This is a positive aspect, but it's still Neptune. So there could still be some like wearing of rose-colored glasses, not hearing each other clearly in communication, misunderstandings. But because it's a positive connection, let's focus more on this connection between Mercury and Neptune, bringing in some sort of magical ability to share our emotions and share our feelings with one another, and a magical ability to be empathic and compassionate with what the other person or people out there in our lives are going through. Now, still on the same day, Tuesday, the 2nd of July, Mercury, right after it makes that connection to Neptune and Pisces, is going to move into Leo, the next sign of the zodiac. And it will be there until July 25th, and it's going to, at that point, go into Virgo. But just a heads up, it's going to actually go retrograde on August 4th in Virgo, and it'll pop back into the sign of Leo for part of August. So we're definitely going to have a good long time of Mercury being in Leo, but it's going to be a little sporadic. And again, with Mercury ruling kind of the mental realm, and Leo is fiery and passionate and creative and leadership oriented, take charge oriented. It likes to shine its light. You know, it likes to be the center of attention too. So, you know, our communications are going to take on a more passionate nature, our thought processes more creative, our perceptions kind of more loud in our head, so to speak. But the Leo energy can be this wonderful kind of way of shining our light, but it wants to be appreciated and recognized. So at that time, when it goes into Leo, when we're having communications with other people, make sure that you're not only getting your point across, but you're also hearing what other people are saying or trying to express, because they want to be recognized for who they are and what they are thinking and what they're perceiving as well. All right, also, we got one more thing for Tuesday the 2nd, is Venus in Cancer, and it's going to be in a positive trine connection to Saturn in Pisces. So Venus is about love, relationships, money, finances, values, and our sense of self-worth. She's in sensitive, emotional, homebody Cancer that rules family matters. And Saturn, as I mentioned earlier, just turned retrograde in Pisces. And Saturn's the great teacher of karmic lessons. He rules responsibility and authority figures, as well as us being our own authority. It rules third dimensional reality, so things that are tangible in our lives, circumstances, situations, job, family, money, finances, home, that kind of thing. This is a positive connection, but Saturn is retrograde. So again, it might bring up some karmic lessons that somehow revolve around home and family matters, or karmic lessons that deal with our memories of the past and certain subconscious patterns that we learned in the home and family while we were growing up that we're now carrying into our circumstances and situations. But this is a positive connection, so hopefully we can move through and maneuver this energy and learn what we're supposed to learn and take responsibility where we're supposed to take responsibility. Saturn can help us to build a better foundation, to feel more grounded and secure with whatever it is that's going on within relationships, because it's Venus, within money and finances, because it's Venus, within home and family matters, because Venus is in Cancer, or within how we feel about ourselves, how we love ourselves, and give self-nurturing to ourselves, because Venus is in Cancer. On Wednesday the 3rd, we finally get to go to the next day. On Wednesday the 3rd of July, Mercury, the planet of the mental realm, is now in Leo, and it's opposing Pluto. And Pluto is about death and rebirth, transformation and regeneration, big changes. And Pluto likes to dig down deep. So Mercury is kind of like the mental realm on the ego level. It doesn't necessarily like to go too deep. But with this opposition to Pluto, and Pluto likes to delve into the shadow and into the underworld, as we might call it, or into the depth of the caverns of our subconscious and our psyche, I feel like this is going to allow Mercury to get a little bit deeper. Let's go a little bit deeper. about why we're thinking that, why we have these opinions, why our perceptions are this, that, or the other thing. This is going to transform our mode of communication with other people. We might overcompensate, and there might be some power and control issues with other people because of that Plutonian influence. But also there could be a potential for some big changes and transformation with how we're communicating with one another that might lead to some revelations or resolutions on some level. On Friday, the 5th of July, we have the new moon in Cancer. It's at 14 degrees of Cancer. Again, new moons are about new beginnings, planting new seeds, the beginning of a new cycle of energy, and there's a focus on the sign of Cancer energies here with this new beginning. So again, new beginnings with how we feel, the emotional body and the restructuring of the emotional body, perhaps because it's connected to Saturn. This particular new moon is in a positive connection to Saturn, and Saturn can help to restructure our emotions and emotional body, or give us a sense of a little bit more grounding and security and stability with our emotions and our emotional expressions. There could be new beginnings with home, family, living situation, because this is in the sign of Cancer. And then the last thing also occurs on Friday the 5th, right after the new moon in Cancer. There's going to be a connection between Venus and Chiron. And Venus, again, rules the relationships, the love, the money, the finances, the personal resources. She's in Cancer, as we mentioned earlier, home, family, emotional matters. But this is a challenging connection to Chiron, and Chiron is the wounded healer. He's the healer, the shaman, and the teacher, and Chiron is bringing up and has been bringing up wounds regarding our sense of self, independence, self-identity, self-confidence, courage, take charge ability, our ability to move into a new path or plant a new seed over the course of time that he's traveling through this sign of the Ram. But for now, with Venus in a challenging connection to Chiron, we might have some past life karmic challenges that are kind of coming up to the surface regarding our sense of self-care. Venus in Cancer has a lot to do with caring for ourselves as well as caring for others. So again, this is revolving around some home and family maybe issues, some wounds in the home and family, wounds regarding self-care and loving oneself, and wounds in relationships on some level. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides from the Angel Tarot. The first card came out as 2 cards. So the first card is the 6 of Cups. And it says support at the bottom. Now, the 6 of Cups in the traditional tarot is usually about reminiscing about the past in our childhood, or memories from the past in our childhood. And not always just childhood, but just memories. You know, if you're thinking about, let's say, old relationships and how they have, transpired throughout the years, or old situations that have unfolded in the home and family, or your own emotional growth and evolution, and your emotional responses and how those have, unfolded in a new way over the years as you've healed certain wounds and grown. So this card with support on it, this to me relates to the Neptune turning retrograde and Mercury in a positive connection to Neptune on the same day. This to me is having a lot of spiritual support, and maybe support from home, family, and friends as well. So whether it's support from your angels and guides, support from your higher self, support from the universe, support from family, support from a loved one, support from a friend, or supporting yourself. But I feel like there's a lot of again, emotional reminiscing of the past, and kind of going over in your mind perhaps these old memories, things that have happened, how I could have done this different, or how far I've grown since then, stuff like that, where we're just kind of floating through and allowing kind of this healing and immersement into the emotions, feelings, and emotional body realm. So let's see what came out with this one. Okay, it's the Seven of Cups. So isn't that interesting? We have the Six of Cups and the Seven of Cups. And I promise this is not a new deck. This has been shuffled many, many times. And so it's interesting that these two came out together. And the Seven of Cups at the bottom says choices. So usually with the Seven of Cups in the traditional tarot, it is about like having options and choices and being a little confused and uncertain as to which choice is the right choice, which decision is the right decision, what option is going to be more appropriate for us at this time. So it kind of makes sense, we're kind of dealing with some emotional stuff, and we might be reminiscing about past circumstances, situations, or relationship matters. And there's something where we may have to make a choice, and we're looking at all these different options. There's probably several ways we can go here, several directions we can go, several decisions or choices that could be made. And we're just kind of looking at all of them. And, the 7 in numerology is kind of a tough number because it has this feeling like we never really can understand what is the right decision or choice. It's about really going down deep and reflecting about it all. And it is about spiritual trust and faith that the universe will at some point give you some guidance or give you a message and show you the way. But it's more so about going within and listening to your own inner guide, right? Intuiting for yourself which choice is the right choice here. But we're always second guessing. It just feels like with that number 7, we're always second guessing our choice or our decision, our potential decision. And so it kind of leaves us almost feeling a little bit stuck, if you will. So hopefully we'll see what the next 2 cards say, and hopefully it'll give us kind of a sense of clarity or a way out or a direction to move forward in. Especially when we're dealing with emotional matters with the Cups card. It's really difficult, right, for our logical mind sometimes to come in when we're feeling a tug of the heartstrings and our emotions are involved. It's tough to make a decision. So let's see what comes out next. Ooh, this is Major Arcana 20 and Judgment. And it says at the bottom, Angel of the Past. Well, here that kind of goes with the Six of Cups and the reminiscing of the past, but yet we have like spiritual support. Call in the spiritual support from your angels, guides, and higher self, or other people. But the Angel of the Past and the Judgment card, here we have an angel with a trumpet. Usually in the traditional tarot, it's seen as Archangel Gabriel with the trumpet, the horn, calling the soul to attention, or saying there's some important messages that are coming, that are on the way. But Angel of the Past, the Judgment card is also about kind of, again, reflecting on the past occurrences, the past life situations, karmic patterns. It does have a lot to do with past lives and past life karma and, our karmic lessons, which goes back to Saturn still being kind of stationed at that 19-degree point of Pisces, even though last week, I believe it was, he went retrograde. So he's still kind of dredging up, these past karmic lessons. But this is kind of a bright, card. I mean, the Angel Tarot, they're all bright cards, really, pretty much. And here we've got this light blue color that relates to the throat chakra. So maybe we need to have a conversation with somebody. Maybe we need to speak our truth, be authentic, but be kind and compassionate while we're doing it. Maybe this is related to listening with the ear chakras to messages, to information, to guidance that's coming in. This angel of the Judgment card is coming in to reveal something to you, to give you some sort of, I don't know if I want to call it advice, but to give you some sort of message that's related to all this past stuff. Some of it is more like, why is this karmic lesson there? Where did it have its origins, at least in this life, if not in a past life? What do I need to do to be able to move through this karmic lesson? What do I need to learn? How do I need to accept responsibility to move forward through this? And I feel like you will, because we've got two dolphins here and they seem to be kind of jumping out of the water and moving forward, kind of swimming together in harmony here. So perhaps another person, maybe a mentor, maybe a teacher, maybe a friend, maybe it's a guide or an angel here that's kind of moving with you, traveling with you, assisting you as you're moving through these emotional waters to help you listen to whatever the messages from spirit are that are coming in to help you to maneuver past the past and past those karmic lessons to be able to move forward. Let's look at the last card. Okay, the last card is the Two of Wands, and it says progress at the bottom. Now, the Two of Wands in the traditional tarot, I mean, first of all, the number 2, numerologically, kind of gives you two potential paths, two potential choices, a decision to make between two different things, right? So there's two things here. And it's, this is Wands, so it's fire, it's about spiritual energy. So it's not about tangible things. This is more like your spiritual soul growth and evolution. Do I want to go down this path or do I want to go down this path? Do I want to go this way or do I want to go that way? And it does say that there's going to be progress here, but at the same time, the traditional Two of Wands oftentimes is about still needing to make a choice or a decision. And you're kind of like using your creative spiritual mind, well, I shouldn't say mind energy, because this is just creative spiritual energy, but it's intuitive. So we're using our creative intuition to kind of project ahead, if you will. If I went down this path, what might unfold? Now, you don't really know for sure, but what might unfold if I go down this path and make this decision? Now I'm going to look the other way. What might unfold if I take the other choice? Take the other path? What might unfold? Now, don't trip yourself up, because sometimes the ego will say, oh my God, if you take that path, these bad things are going to happen, which usually isn't the case, right? So we need to center ourselves, ground ourselves in our higher soul self first, call in that angel, and then say, what is the best that could happen if I make that choice? What is the best that could happen for me if I make that choice? Because really, your higher self, your angels and guides, the universe does want the best for you. So if you focus on what is the best that could happen if I make this choice, that might give you a little bit more hope and a little bit more positive energy in order to make the choice that's authentically right and aligned for you. So we've got, the gold and the red here. So safety, security issues might be part of making this choice or decision, but making the choice or decision where the yellow of the solar plexus chakra is going to empower you, where you're owning your power again, where you're being empowered in whatever choice or decision you make. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the message from the crystal angels, depending on your pendant of choice. The first pendant was the Larimar. So for the Larimar pendant people, what's the message for Larimar pendant people? Okay, I'm going to close my eyes again because nothing's popping. So Larimar pendant, this one. Okay. And this says garnet, okay? And it says purification and detoxification. And it says it's time to release physical and energetic toxins from your life. Well, with Saturn going retrograde last week, Neptune going retrograde this week, and then up until Friday, we're in the dark of the moon phase before the new moon. And that moon is in Cancer, right? That new moon is in Cancer, which does deal with the emotional realm. I think we are going through a huge emotional detox right now. So there's a purification on an emotional level, a detoxification on an emotional level. Perhaps you want to use the garnet stone if you have a garnet. They're deep, dark red stones. And the deep, dark red garnet actually relates to the root chakra. So we're going back to that root chakra of safety, security, stability, grounding. And it's clearing out all the fear from the root chakra, all the anxiety and doubts from the root chakra, the insecurities of the root chakra being cleared out, with that garnet helping us. So again, time to release physical, energetic, I'm going to add the word emotional toxins from your life with this particular message. All right, let's put that back in the deck in case somebody else gets it. The second stone of choice was the apple aura quartz. So, special message for apple aura quartz people. This one's calling my attention. This is moonstone. This is another watery, emotional stone. Moonstones are definitely tied in with the emotions, with empathy and intuition. It actually says heightened intuition on it. And it says, be extra aware of your inner knowingness as it is trustworthy. Be extra aware of your inner knowingness as it is trustworthy. So really tune in to your inner guide. Just feel what feels right. If you do need to make some sort of decision or you are choosing between two different possibilities. When you think about one in meditation, it's important to get balanced and grounded in meditation first. But if you, in meditation, think about one way or one thing or one choice or one, path, how does your body feel? You're listening to your inner intuition. You're using your clairsentience ability to feel. How does that feel? And then, after you're done feeling that, think about the other possible way to go. And how do you feel about that? Now, maybe some of you out there, maybe there isn't a choice or decision to make. Maybe it's just like, this is the way I'm going. This is what the goal I'm working on. This is what's happening in my life. So in that case, just really listen to your intuition, your inner intuition when it comes to the next step on your path and how to move forward. I feel like your intuition, well, it does say heightened. Your intuition, your intuitive abilities are going to be heightened right now. You could, if you have any moonstone or moonstone jewelry, you could definitely be using it and meditating with it right now. It's usually kind of this milky white, sometimes opaque kind of stone. Sometimes moonstone has like cream colors and tan colors in it. So it just depends as far as the stone that you hold in your hand itself. But you can see how beautiful kind of this, it's like there is a rainbow moonstone, right? And this is kind of like the rainbow moonstone where it's like reflecting all these different beautiful rainbow colors through it. But this has a very angelic feeling to it, a very gentle, feminine feeling to it. It's about nurturing, mothering, empathy. So tune into all of those feminine energies this week. All right, and then for those of you that chose the Charoite. Okay, so special message for the Charoite pendant people. Charoite. Okay, two are calling my attention. Let me pull both of them without looking at them. And let me ask Spirit which one it is. So we're going with the one on the left, the one on the right. They say the one on the right. Gold. Okay, and this says divine intervention. So there's going to be, well, that's Neptune too. Neptune going retrograde. Neptune rules the spiritual realm and angels, spiritual helpers, guides. So some sort of divine intervention is starting to take place for Charoite people. And it says God sends miracles to answer sincere prayers. So send out some sincere prayers, some intentions, if you will, for an answer, for some guidance within all the confusion that's going on with Neptunian energies right now. Maybe wear the color gold in your clothes, or if you have gold jewelry or golden apple fruit, or some other golden foods or whatever. This is going to help you to tune into that solar plexus chakra, which is your personal power, but I feel like you're taking your personal power and you're combining it with universe's power, and there's going to be, again, some sort of divine help, some divine support, some divine assistance, or an aha moment or a revelation of some sort that comes in to help you move forward. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already watched the monthly, there's the monthly. July 2024 is already out as well. So make sure you watch the monthly for July for another special message. And we send you lots of love and light and many, many angel blessings until I see you again next week. Namaste, everyone.